Woo! What's going on, world? We're in New York right now, hence the jackets. I'm just kidding. Where's my tea? I want my tea.
You don't have a cool cup like me.
That's my cup. Cheers. Hi, world. I'm Liz Dee. This is my cousin.
I'm Natalie. Hi.
Nat-a-tat-tat. We're gonna do like a funny video too, but we wanna start off with kind of a video of talking about relationships, and I mean any type of relationship. Do you think the music's too loud?
The music's never too loud. It's fine.
I feel like I'm like yelling like, "What's up, yo?" What's
well, you're
up?
yelling in my ear, but
oh,
not.
Sorry about that.
Not to be fine.
Jinx. Nat-a-tat, where you at in your life?
I'm right here.
So, what do you want to talk about? I mean, we're going to talk about relationships, but where do you want to start? Okay,
what's the most common thing that people have, or the biggest problem people have with relationships? Usually, communication.
I believe that. I think communication is like 100% key to maintaining like a healthy relationship.
Well, yeah, if you're not honest and upfront with the person, how are they going to know if they did something wrong or to be able to apologize to you anyways? And also, what people on the other side have to realize that if you do something wrong that the person is hurt by or whatever, you may not think it's wrong, but you should still say, like, hear the person out, hear their feelings and stuff, right? A lot of people don't do that, though.
And what you were saying
sweep
earlier,
it under the rug.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Like what you were saying earlier is like sweeping things under the rug. Like if something bugs you, like if it's bugging you, you should confront that person. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh yeah, I always do. If someone makes me upset or something, I go straight to them and I tell them how they made me feel, because they have a right to know. Especially if you love and you care for someone, right? You're gonna communicate with them, right? So if there's no communication there, then there's no concern or care for the other person in a sense. But a lot of people just don't understand the concept of communicating. They're afraid of expressing their feelings. Oh, if I express this way to Liz or something because she hurt me, what if she gets mad and never talks to me again?
I think that all goes to like the root of rejection. Like I've dealt with rejection like all my life. So confronting something or even like expressing my feelings to someone that I like, it's so hard for me because it's like I'm afraid to be rejected. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And even if that person says, you know, I don't feel the same way, like, yeah, it may feel like a rejection at first, but it's like at least they're being honest. You know, they're not like leading the person on.
It's gonna hurt, but I would rather, you know, have the pain of have a little slap, which is gonna sting, right? Then fool myself and totally make things way worse than they already are. But I also think too that the communicating thing also goes back when you're a kid, because when we're a kid, sometimes we're hesitant to ask our parents for stuff, right? Because we're afraid like we can get in trouble or they're gonna say no, whatever like that. So I think that same insecurity as a child, which we have as a child, also goes with us as adults. You know what I mean? Because it's all emotional stuff or whatever. Man, the sun's blinding.
I know, the sun decided to...
I think that's the one problem that most people have with any relationship, whether it be boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, or friend, or brother and sister, is communicating. And a lot of times if people aren't getting along or not talking, the problem can be easily fixed if each person just expressed. And also, each people respected. So basically, like, respect the fact that if someone doesn't agree with you, respect that, because they have a right to their opinion. It doesn't mean he doesn't love you or care for you.
Right.
But you're never going to make people exactly agree with you 100% all the time on things, right?
Respect is like major just in society. A lot of people don't respect people in general. Like bullying, rejection, all that. Like everybody has been rejected in their life in one way or another. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Everybody has been bullied or mistreated. Like, but it's like, how are you going to react to that? Are you going to allow it to affect you and who you are as a person? You know,
yeah,
are you going to conform to what they're saying about you? Or are you going to like use that as fuel to be better? Like now my mentality now that I'm older, when people like throw dirt on me, I use that dirt to shake it off and to use it as a step up. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. To become better. Like I know who I am. I know who I am in Christ, and I'm not going to allow somebody to try to drag me down into misery likes company. You know what I mean? But I wanted to say something, and I can't remember what it is. But I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Have you ever been in a relationship? And if so, or if not, why not?
I've dated, but I've never been in an actual full-blown head over heels relationship, but that's personally me. I haven't found the right person that I feel I want to take that leap with. I'm not lonely. I enjoy my solitude. I enjoy being single. But I look at it as if that's in my cards, then that's will be dealt when it's supposed to be dealt. Yeah, and then when I have dated, I'm very, not picky, but I'm very open eyes and what's going on in the situation. And I pay attention to signs, and if I see, I call them red flags, if I see red flags, that's it. It only takes one red flag for me, but that's me. And I look at it as, like when you're driving and you go to a light, if it turns red, you ain't going to speed through it. You're going to stop. So it's the same when I'm dating someone. If I'm talking to the guy or whatever, and I'm getting red flags, like there's just something telling me no, then I move on. I don't settle. But that's me. So, but what about you?
Past relationships were just they weren't the one for me. Like just pure the end. Like now I have like what I want is a mighty man of God. Like I'm in the Word every day to try to better myself for myself. Like advice for single people, and I want to hear your advice for single people too, is like focus on yourself. Don't try to find someone to fill that hole. There's a God, yeah, or to fill a void. There's a God-shaped hole in us that we need to fill with God. Those of you who don't believe in God, that's fine. But find happiness within yourself to make yourself happy. Like, don't try to find happiness in someone else to try to make yourself feel complete. Because you need to be happy with yourself in order to be happy in a relationship anyway. Because you could be, oh, I love this person, head over heels and everything, then 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, you're miserable because you're still hurting inside from the past pain that you've never faced, or your insecurities that you've never faced, or whatever it is. So for me, I kind of have like high expectations for my husband. Like,
well, you should. Everybody should.
Yeah,
but don't have unrealistic ones or materialistic ones.
Like not only like physical, because I love muscles and tattoos and all that stuff, but like inside, he has to be like a mighty man of God, someone who is just striving for to achieve the path and the calling that God has for his life. You know what I mean? You want to dance? That would be good.
Well, whenever music's on, I always feel like I move anyways. So. No, yeah, you're totally right with that. And it's also too when you're going to like look for that person, like we always tend to like look for, like have a certain list, right, of certain things we want, but we don't look deep enough into those to be like, okay, in the long run, are those really gonna matter? You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, because beauty fades away, like the outside fades away.
Well, yeah, that's why you gotta fall in love with the heart, because someday when you're old and gray and shrivelly, both of you, because you're both, and that's
my guy better still be muscular. I'm just kidding.
No, but you want to still look at the person the same and not look at them going, oh, well, you don't look all young and stuff anymore, so I'm not as attracted. You gotta be attracted in here.
Exactly. You know what my pastor said? I loved it. He's like so in love with his wife. Like it's like the most amazing thing to see. He's all, I don't know, they've been together 20, 30 years or something like that. I'm just guessing. I haven't really, he told me, I don't remember. But he said he's more in love with his wife now than he was when he married her. And he said, she was thin and everything, but it's like that doesn't matter to him. Like he's more in love with her because like,
well, that's because they grew together.
Yeah, they've grown to like this bond. Like marriage is a bond. Like you become one in spirit with that person.
And also too with age. Like I've noticed as I've gotten older, I look at things totally different than I used to look at things. I don't, things maybe that used to bother me when I was younger, I could care less about now. So with him, because they grew together, they obviously were on the same page. As he got older, his mindset, he started valuing more important things about her in a more mature way. right?
Yeah.
He wasn't looking at it in a young, youthful way or whatever, or materialistic way. Like I said, beauty isn't a form of materialism to me.
That's true.
Because if you're dating someone just because they're good looking and they have a really good job and they're making lots of money and everything, yes, that's good support and good security, but in the long run, that can be ripped away in a second. The looks can be gone. You can get in a car crash and get burned, right? You can still love him when he's got scars all over his face, or that big job that the person has or whatever, they could lose it, right? So are you going to still love that person if they lose all those millions? That's why when you go after a person, you don't look materialistic then. You don't go, ooh, he's like so hot, like that's like I have to have him arm candy underneath my arm.
Or there's people who are like looking for like sugar daddy or something. Like, I'm not into that. I look at the person for their personality, for who they are as a person, not for what they can buy me. Like, that doesn't even matter. Like, I could just go out and we could just go play on the swings, or what me and you do, just dance or whatever. Like,
yeah, be silly.
Like, money doesn't matter to me. Yes, it's a necessity in our life. Like, we need it to survive. And like,
well, not everybody looks at too like money in the sense of, ooh, I have a big flashy house and car. Sometimes people look at it as, like I said, the security form of it. Someone that I know that will take care of me all my life. You know what I mean? Not in the sense take care of me, oh, I'll have a big flashy car all the time, but take care of me in the sense of I'll have that secure, know that I always have a roof over my head and clothes and whatnot like that. But again, if you find a person that's like that, and, you know, they are a good person and, you know, have a good heart, but if your heart isn't all the way with them, you wouldn't stay with somebody like that, right?
Well, there's a lot of like scriptures in the Bible talking about like how to be in a relationship, and the one that like really stands out to me, and that is everyone's favorite verse pretty much, and they say it at marriage ceremonies and stuff, is 1 Corinthians 13:4. I'm going to read my version because it's cool.
And that basically is just the definition of love. So if you want to know like the true definition of love and how to treat people, rather they be your lover or your friend or your parent or your grandma or your grandpa or cousin or whatever they are,
a stranger,
you'll see that the definition of love, of what it talks about, are certain things that we may go through in our relationships with people. Like, right? People may irritate us sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So what is love? Well, love doesn't get irritated and doesn't get angry and doesn't, you know what I mean? And it doesn't mean we don't love people, because we're human. We're flesh. So we react fleshy ways. But that's when we have to snap ourselves back in and go, okay, remember the true definition of love. Now Liz is going to tell us what the true definition is.
I'm just making funny faces now. Okay. 1 Corinthians 13:4. Love is very patient and kind, never jealous or envious, never boastful or proud, never haughty or selfish or rude. Love does not demand its own way. It is not irritable or touchy. It does not hold grudges and will hardly even notice when others do it wrong. It is never glad about injustice, but rejoices whenever truth wins out. If you love someone, you will be loyal to him no matter what the cost. You will always believe in him, always expect the best of him, and always stand your ground in defending him. All the special gifts and powers from God will someday come to an end, but love goes on forever. Someday prophecy and speaking in unknown languages and special knowledge, these gifts will disappear, but love will last forever.
And another thing too about the love thing also is we have to remember all those things it said about love, right? And if we're angry or whatnot, like I said, that doesn't mean we don't have love for people, but that's our human ways, our fleshy ways, right? Our human nature. So that's where you have to stop your brain and go, okay, wait a second, what is the true meaning of it? Not the meaning that I think I need to express towards it, right? Yeah.
I really experienced love, like love through my mom. You know, because she had the Lord in her heart. Like God is love. He is the epitome of love. So now that I'm like indwelled with the Holy Spirit and it's in me, like I understand what true love is, because like it's in me. Like it's like I react different than how I used to react. I used to like snap.
Well, love is unconditional.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's cold.
It's a little chilly. So we have to go because we have a flight. We have a flight back to Cali in like 30 minutes. So So you will see us being dorks. Like, that's just in our nature of being dorks. Get alive. We are going to do something fun too, so stay tuned, my friends. And you'll probably see this in like 5 weeks because my internet's so slow.
Yeah. The caveman can't spin the wheel fast enough.
Deuces!
Bye. I'm
Okay.
like too obsessed with this cup though. It's like,
I know.
or a mustache.
I should have used that
Ooh, a
one.
question.
Hollywood, represent.
Okay. All I need is lips.
So I'm waiting for my other video to upload, and it's been taking like almost 24 hours. My internet is like slow mo.
Her internet's caveman status.
Yeah, it's like, get a life. Okay. Okay, so
Anything we do in life, we have to think it out. Can't just act on it. Because what happens when we just act on things? Right? Oh yeah.
we're not doing that.
And don't have kids with someone just to keep them, just because you want to be with them. Right? Like, I see so many people, they'll have a child with a person and think, oh, that'll help their relationship. Or, oh, if I have a baby with a person, they'll never leave me or never want anybody else or whatever. You know, don't do that either, because not only are you trapping them, you're trapping yourself. And you're going to cause emotional trauma and stuff to that future child, which isn't going to be fair.
Do that.
You know, so pick the right recipe for people, especially too if you want kids. You don't want a bad seed.
Seriously.